Hey everybody, welcome back to Angry Badger Minis. Hopefully everything's going to be streaming well tonight. Got incoming snowstorm coming. So we got all of our... Apologize for the coughing, just came out of the cold weather, so straight into the warm weather. We got all of the tank commanders done and put into their tanks. All the tanks. Well, I say all the tanks, I'm sorry. All the tanks that I have put together. I still have 3 Lehman Russes, 1 Baneblade, and I think that's it as far as that's concerned. Because I got these guys squared away, and these are the ones that we had the extra parts, turrets and stuff, and then just didn't have tracks or a bottom, and we did that. So what I'm working on right now is we want to get these tank rails on, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this, because I guess I should probably, I still want them on, but I didn't take a look at how they would fit on a normal Lehman Russ, and that's a problem because we have a gap right here, as you guys can see. Not a huge deal, because I think I have enough of the extras that I did where I have this little foot that perhaps I can glue on to something, to make it look like another part, and then attach that piece to it. The only issue is, where we're going to actually do that at. And due to the fact that they have, the mufflers here on this side and not spread out, which I like this design better than my other ones. It makes it hard to do. There is excuse me, also the possibility of I could potentially make something out of sprue, like a rack or something that comes back. It goes over this, because you got this ammo box here, and it's not that it's necessarily necessary, but you do need it. Otherwise you lose a lot of meat off the off the back there. I think I am gonna do sprue, or let's try that out, because I have a ton of it. That's the first thing, and I don't think it would look too dissimilar going across there if we do it right. Let's just see what we can do here. I don't need a ton of it, but we do need some of it. And if I can find, like I can here. Alright, let's think about this, because we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We have to do 9, so we need 9 of the same parts. And while I've got these elbows here, that's 1 tank. Yeah, there's not enough. We're gonna have to make the elbows, unless we just do it off of those. And I have plenty of sprue type stuff for that. So let's do that. Pretty sure we can do this. Alright, let's see. Let me just... we'll experiment with these guys here. So let's get this off of here. This little sprue nibbly knobbly bit. Let's see. Razor blade here. Carve that out just a hair. Okay. That's probably about all we need from there. Let's cut this off. I have an idea in my head. I think this is gonna work. I know it'll work. It's really about how it's gonna look to me. You know, am I gonna like the way it looks, or am I gonna not like it? You know what I mean? So let's see here. Let's just check the length here. Could probably go to about there. Go ahead and mark that. This is not a very sharp blade anymore, but I like that because it allows me to not cut into plastic where I don't want to. I can just, you know, scrape over things, and I got plenty of sharp ones if I really need one, but I don't really need one. Alright. So what we're going to do first, I think, is we're going to go ahead and attach this on the bottom. I'm not entirely sure how long it will take to cure. Rough this up some. Same with this one. These sticking off. These are probably going to have to go closer to the edge, I think, instead of sitting inside here, just so that we can marry it up with the other part. And want it out far enough, not too far. Okay, I think I got it. And I think we may not even need this straight bit. We may be able to use these. And then, well, let me think about that here. That's gonna go like that. If this goes like this and then we glue them together in the middle and this connects like so, that might work. And then we just need the corner bits. Yeah, I think that's going to be the ticket. Alright. So, let's go ahead and get this on there. A little bit of glue there. Go about that far out. I'm gonna have to do it this way instead. And hold that little piece in. There we go. I think. Oh, it's crooked. The only part about this is Trying to get it to glue. Maybe I could have roughed up the plastic card a little bit. But at least we have a plan. So that's a good thing. I'm trying to hold this in place, but I'm afraid, yep, it's stuck right to my finger. That's what I was worried about. Let's see here. It looks about right. This is the time that I wish I had my zip kicker up here. Yeah. I don't know how I got glue on that part, but I did. So it's sticking to my damn finger. It was sticking out a little further than I wanted it to be. While I'm trying to hold this in place, give you guys an update on our Gorgon project. Looks like it's well on its way. Let's see here. See if I can show you guys. Yep, there it is. What we've figured out is that this thing, this is all in millimeters obviously, but if you do the math, it works out to 6 inches wide by 9, I mean not including the ramp here, 6 inches wide by 3 inches tall, a little over 3 inches tall, and 9 inches long. So pretty stoked about that. Alright, cool. So we got that on there, as you guys can see. And what I'm looking at doing is, where did that piece go? Here it is. We take this and we run it kind of, I mean, I'll have to cut and trim it, but yeah, let me go ahead and do that. We cut and run it like this on a rail, and then this will connect to that, if that makes sense. I shouldn't have moved that because it's falling off. Alright, whatever. You guys get the point, but what I was thinking about doing was actually going lower here on this instead of up here, but I feel like up here it would do better, it would look better, it would be a stronger bond too. And then potentially what I could do is I could bring this in closer and run it up underneath. Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do right there. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I want to get a measurement on this This one just happens to be almost perfect. It is perfect on the one end anyway. Alright, so yeah, that'll work out a lot better than the original plan. Excuse me. Boy, them nibbly knobbly bits are freaking super ballistic. Alright, so if we've got this, let me just measure this real quick. Looks like we're at about 1 3/4. No, hold on. From the edge, yeah, about 1 3/4. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Damn it. 1.5. Little, just about 1.5 in length. So this is the part that I need to worry about for measurement. The other part, not so much, because I can cut that to fit. Let me just check this one. Yep, right about 1.5, a little over 1.5. And so we mount this bracket like so, and then I mean it's just gonna be, you know, the one bracket, but not overlaid like that. Although that's not too bad looking, to be honest with you. It would look better than one sprue, and I could I could probably sand it down. Let's see how that looks. Just cut this at an angle. Throw this bad boy back on here. And throw this on here. That's not too bad, and then we'll definitely give it some more stability. Yeah, that's not too bad. You just can't really see the ammo thing, but I mean, is that really necessary once I put all the other stuff on? I don't know that it is. What if we put this one on the bottom half and then put this one on the top half? See if that changes anything for us. Yeah, I don't really like it. So we're definitely going to have to make those cuts and then join them together in the middle. That's okay. We can join them pretty easy. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy mounted. Alright. That'll probably make things a little easier for us as well for putting this back on. Get this thing mounted. Good. And there's really nothing stopping me from gluing it to the muffler because it would all be steel anyway. Okay, it's not too bad. We'll let that cure for a little bit. In the meantime, let's go searching for some more parts. Got some right here. Right. Excuse me. Cutting some sprue parts off of here to keep our train going. Now, yes, we kind of need to think about, you know, how this is laying here, because we want the flat part down. That's why I'm kind of cutting it, you know, a little longer than it should be, but that'll be okay, because I don't know what side we're going to use, and we got to make sure that we've got that 1.5 inches, you know what I mean? Yeah, so that'll work. And we don't want to see, you know, like this stuff on the bottom, you know, the Games Workshop, you know, stuff. This says 2009, so I guess that's how long I've had this stuff. Been a while. Okay. Should be enough for now. Thing I cannot stand about, I mean, I love the cold, but I don't like coming back into the warm. Makes my nose run, things like that. Makes you cough. But whatever, you know, no big deal. I'm actually excited we figured this out so quickly. I was kind of, when I figured out that I had a problem, I was like, dang, man, you know, what the heck am I going to do here? Let me step back and take my sweatshirt off real quick. Essentially assembly line these bad boys right here, since these are our test subjects. We want that going, and this needs to be excuse me, a little over 1.5 right there. Perfect, just about perfect. Yep. Okay, get this off. See, if I had a really sharp blade, I'd have went right through that. We don't, and that's not what I want. I want to be able to have the flexibility to, you know, get the job done the way I want to. Okay. Come on now. Work with me. Yes, yes, yes. No, no. All right. One more for this one. Perfect. Good enough for government work anyway. Right? Right. It's not like ever in history can we say the government used our tax dollars for something worthwhile other than defense. And then even then they find a way to screw that up. Speaking from experience. I can come back later, I guess, if I want, and use some sanding twigs over here and clean this up. But right now we're kind of in the experimental stage. Because, I mean, if this doesn't work, we're going to have to unglue it or, you know, tear it apart. But I think it's going to work just fine. And again, you know, I mean, I'm going to be putting all kinds of stuff on here, you know, freaking tarps and netting and stuff like that. That things like this, you know, won't be the thing that catches your eye, really. You know what I mean? All right, it looks good. This looks good. I think this is, yeah, that's on there pretty good. So now we're going to move to the other side. We're going through to the other side. We're going through to the other side. And I think what we're going to do, instead of trying to do a cut, or I'm sorry, let's see if we can see that here. Instead of trying to do a cut right here in the middle, since we've got this long, we're gonna cut this end off and just have it connect to it right here on the side. I think that'll be the best bet for us there. Well, now that I say that, I mean, if we do that, then we lose our curve. Okay. Well, what we'll do is we'll do very minimal. We'll put it that way. Just enough to get the curve around the side. You know what I'm saying? So that we still have, it looks like a rack. I'm going to go ahead and measure this out. See how much I got to cut off. Looks to be about right there. This is not rocket science, but I got a pretty good eye. And then we will take this, slap that beast on there, and just like that, they will marry up. Yep, that's going to look good. Actually, I'm going to trim off just a little bit more and straighten that cut up. That way we'll have a better bond. Oh yeah, that's going to look good. Yep. We did it, guys. We have cracked the code once again. We've cracked the code. Break on through to the other side. Look at that. Bam. Almost like we knew what we were doing, right? Got a little rack action going on there. Obviously not the kind of rack that most of us are interested in, but and I'm not trying to be inappropriate, I'm just being honest. Alright. Now, this theoretically should work by fitting right underneath there, just like that. And when this is glued, this should what the heck? Support. Good grief. I've been watching The Witcher too long. This should support this piece as well. So let me go ahead and rough that up. You know what? That's why we have sanding twigs. Rough this up because we had some glue on there. Tell them where that's going to connect at. Oh, we need to do the top here. Yeah, this is going to work out and not look stupid, which is the ultimate goal. Don't look stupid. That's going to fit right in there like that. Oh yeah, perfect. Well, you know what I mean. Not perfect, but close enough. And it doesn't look like it'll fit very well on the bottom because of the angle. But honestly, I don't really care because that to me looks pretty damn good. Again, you're not even going to be, I mean, this is not going to be like the centerpiece for stuff. You're going to be looking at this dude. You're going to be looking at the netting that's going to cover stuff up. We got track armor to go on, you know, things like that. that's good to go right there, man. Good to go. I can just get that to twist a little bit for me. You know, I'm a little, I don't know, I'm really good at identifying angles and stuff, and sometimes if something's off, like, it just annoys the crap out of me, and I have to mess with it until it finally fixes itself. But in the process of doing that, I end up, you know, causing things to unglue themselves, like what just happened, literally. That's okay. Story of my life. I feel like, I mean, I want these to stick out some, but not too far that I can't put them on the shelf and move another tank up behind them, you know, if I run out of room, kind of thing. Yeah, we got too much glue on there. Let's see if we can do it this way. Let me take this off before I break everything off my turret. Let's see if gluing it this way won't make it a little better. Am I even on the right side? I think I am. Maybe. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Well, it's a good thing we got extras. I was hoping I could maybe bend that just a little bit. Nope, it's not going to play ball with me. Well, we got plenty of extras, thank goodness. Oop, we didn't rough that part up. Hell, man, by the time we get done with this, I may not even need this part and I can just cut it off. That's kind of what I'm starting to think. Just stop my fingers from gluing themselves to the plastic. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll get these on. That's not too bad. I mean, it's some weird ass angle, but and then we'll just trim that off. Not gonna see it anyway. It's about gaming and having some pride in your model, not just sitting here worried about it's not, you know, it's not a golden demon competition or anything. Let's see. Thinking I could have helped myself out by maybe roughing up, you know, down here, and I just didn't because I was too impatient, I guess. Let's move that over there and let that sit for a bit. Let's work on our next rail here. It's good that we figured this out, man. I'm actually pretty stoked. I don't mind the extra piece on there at all. So we know we only need about that much off of there. And just cut off these bits here that you guys aren't able to see because I'm not putting it in the camera or I wasn't putting it into camera. So we know this is going to fit right there, and we need to cut off some of it, 1.5 inches. That went flying somewhere that the vacuum cleaner will find it later. Let's see here. Alright, so we're going to cut that off. Looks like right at that imperfection in the plastic, whatever that is. Okay. Alright, so it's good. Oh, it's good. I was going to say it was good, except we got to trim off a little bit, but I don't guess we do. I think we're still okay here. Come on, man. I'm going to go ahead and trim off just a little bit because I'm fighting this and I don't need to be. It's not worth it. I'm basically trying to fight it to meet that gap and stay in the groove, and I don't have to do that if I just cut a little bit off. Oh, come on, man. What are you doing? There we go. Yep, there we go. Come on, man. So annoying. So annoying. Any other time, if you wanted to glue something, or you didn't want something glued, it would glue right away. We all know this. What is the problem? Oh, there's a little... I was wondering why the hell that was getting stuck. There's a little rivet or something. It was catching the edge of this thing. And it's being a pain to me at the moment. Alright. That looks good. Oh my god. You gotta be kidding me with this crap. There's literally no reason why you're not sticking right now when you were sticking, just because I put a little glue on the outside. Oh my gosh, man. This is starting to irritate me. Of course, it's also 11 o'clock at night. It's messing with me because it's just sitting. Damn. That little rivet is pissing me off. It's sitting just a fraction above or below the other side's top margin. And I know that I could probably go back and, you know, sand it level, but I don't want to. I want to go right where it's supposed to be because it's cut perfect to fit there. There. Alright, we're not going to touch it. Leave the damn thing alone. Just put a little bit of glue there for that side. Shove that over there, and let's go back and check on this. Still not quite glued. Leave that alone and we'll work on this thing. See, the only problem with this one we were just messing with is that rivet keeps kicking this side out, and I need this pushed over towards the track. Thing. It's gonna force me to take it apart. Cut this fucking thing off. Might be another one right there. Damn. Okay, nope. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to live with that until I can shore that up and then sand it down even, but I wanted to make sure that the whole rack wasn't like, you know, cattywampus off to one side. Unfortunately, it looks like it is a tad bit, but I can live with that. Alright, let me cut these off. And we're going this way. So, cut that off right there. 1.5-ish. Oh crap. I went the wrong one. No, I didn't. I'm good. God, that happens. Second guess yourself. Alright, let me see here. So we want that like that. And right before whatever this imperfection is. Okay. I'm not gonna fight that rivet this whole time, I can tell you that. This is when I wish I had some really tiny clamps. Alright. Well, that's 3 of... How many did I say? 3 in that box still to build. These 3, those 3, so that's 3 of 9. Yeah, 3 of 9 with this. And I wanted to put these tank rails on all of my Steel Legion Lehman Russes as well. And now that I have a method with the amount of sprue that I have, shouldn't be a problem. Oh, you know. I might be able to do something with a Chimera using this method but differently. That allows the hatch to come down. I don't know. I'm not really worried about that at the moment. Alright, let's see how this is panning out. Alright, so we got a very loose connection here at this point. This seems to have worked halfway decent. It definitely looks good. I mean, I like the way that that looks. And then, I mean, I can always go back and clean this up. I mean, that's not a big deal. You know, once things have glued and solidified. But, you know, paint's going to make a big difference as well. So let's go ahead and slap on another tank rail. And go rougher here. Try to fix some of our mistakes that we had, or that we, you know, make our lives a little easier for the gluing process. Roughing things up a little bit. And this is, of course, all stuff I could have done before I glued the damn thing on. You know, but, I mean, that's how you learn, you know what I mean? Especially when you're doing this ad hoc stuff that we're doing. Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have moved it. Oop. Yeah, stuff like this is when I wish I had my zip kicker up here. Downstairs in the game room on the painting desk somewhere, and somehow, don't know how, all of a sudden I got glue on my finger. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. There wasn't even any glue up here. Change this channel's name to Angry Glue. See, look, glued in my hand. Stupid. Well, somehow that glued in place. Maybe it liked the idea of angry glue. And of course I have to come over here and mess with it so that we can get it to fall over again. No, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be pretty awesome. Alright, how are we looking over here? I'm gonna let those dry a little bit more. Get me some more of these out. Get them prepped. I'm loving my new settings on the live stream. Doesn't look as choppy or anything anymore. It's really good. Really happy about that. looks weird. I don't know. Whatever. Not concerned about it. Get this junk out of the way. Okay. Looks good. Kind of want to move this one back a little bit. Okay. Right. Right. So unless something else happens, like me screw up here, we've got those on and they should glue, and then I know get my stinking zip kicker so I don't have to deal with this. We did we have finished up with, well, I say we finished up, we put more stuff on the vanquishers and stuff. What I plan on doing, I think, as I'm thinking about leaving the vanquishers as they are with no side spawns and weapons. Not fully decided on that yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Or these three right here will have no side spawns and weapons on them, and that's kind of really what I'm thinking. It's just I'm all about, you know, uniformity and things like that, and you know, all the Lehman Russes, the other ones will all have side spawns. Now if I have extra side spawns and stuff, which I very may well have, then I'll go ahead and mount some stuff. So I think now that I'm really thinking about it, I think I'm going to leave these guys sponsorless. Sponsorless, is that a word? And we will just see what happens. Because I mean, these guys probably, who knows what they'll get used for when they'll get used, and they can't be used in a tournament. If there is a tournament, I gotta use the real stuff. So you know, that's, I mean, unless it's, you know, I mean, like a major tournament or whatever. If it was like a friendly local gaming store tournament, I don't think they'd care. I don't know, but there's no telling. Some people can get upset about that kind of thing, I guess. But yeah, I think we're getting there. I think we're in the safe zone now where we can go ahead and turn one of them over anyway. And there we have it with the tank, you know, I'm sorry, trench rails. And that's not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can see where it's a little off center here. But I mean, honestly, if you're paying attention to it that close and you care about that, then you're missing the whole point. And what I can do back here literally is, you know, I mean, I could put something on here that makes it look like it's a rack, you know, ammo, tarps, whatever, you know, to break that up as well. That's super simple. But we have accomplished what we set out to do, and that's gonna work. So boom, yep, it'll save the tank. It'll continue on. Did I do that right? All right, cool. Well, this is what I'm going to continue to work on. I'm gonna leave the stream up for now until I get tired enough that I'm gonna go to sleep. So maybe you guys can see some more of my bloopers and angriness or what have you. Let's see here. Oh yeah, those look really good. And now that we have this method, I'm definitely stoked about getting the Steel Legion a set of these on all of their Lehman Russes. Where'd the other? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that looks good. I'm proud of that. That looks really good. Once they're drier, I'll probably add some more glue, things like that. Go back and, you know, hit it with the sanding twigs or whatever. Looks like we don't need this trash on the desk here, so we can throw that over here for now. And actually, while I'm thinking about this, since I already know how I want to do that, I am going to look and see if there's a way to put these things on a Chimera. Hold on a second. Because if I can get it to work on the Chimera, I can get it to work on my Hellhounds as well. Alright. We have to make it where it's not going to interfere with the ramp. If the ramp comes down, looks like 1.5 inches. Right at 1.5 inches. So we'd have to go a little further than that. But the problem we have is it's had to come off of here out. And then these would be sticking way the hell out here. Let's see, I don't even know if this is possible. They'd have to fold down into that. Actually, if we went off the side here, no. Structurally, that makes no sense. Now, this is not a big deal. I can cut this off and put, you know, sprue on there and make that gap. It just might not look very nice. The problem we have is this is going to be sticking out that far. I don't like that. That's too long. What if there was a way? What if we glued it on to the hatch and we said, basically when they're getting there, here's an idea. Basically when they're getting there, these blow release. How about that? You know what I mean? So that the door is clear. So you put these on like that. But they're on the ground and they're not supposed to be on the ground, so they'd have to come up higher onto the door. But then they're, you know, they get blown off. Let's see how that looks, if I can jam that in there. Alright, I can't jam it in there, so we're going to try to prop it up. And I'm one of those people that's got to see like all the parts together, you know, so you can really get a feel for it. It doesn't look too bad. And we can make the claim that it blows off. Hell, that we might be able to use these pieces for that. That's the mechanism that does it. You know, and also the ramp doesn't have to come down. They can come out of the hatch as well. I mean, this doesn't seem to block the hatch. Oh, hold on, we got a problem here. In order for this to work, these are going to have to go higher than the hydraulic pistons here, because this one on this side has nowhere to go except on the door, and that's not going to fly. Gosh, man, what can we do? What can we do to make sure some kind of fording thing? Almost like a bridge laying type deal. That's a good idea. I'll have to think about that. I mean, obviously it has no role in the game, but I mean, to give the, you know, to make it where it's in concert, in character with the rest of this stuff, and you've got these chimeras that, you know, each one can lay a thing down, and then, you know, yeah, you know, they can only do it one time, but it's gonna take some thinking, mainly for the parts that I would need. Not, I mean, I have the idea of how to make it look. Hell, I could have it laying literally right over the back here. Oh man, how cool would that be if you could build something here that you have your bridge, right? Work with me here. You have your bridge. Here we go. Let's just use this thing. Something like this. I mean, obviously, you know, as wide as, you know, the tank. And it's on, I mean, it won't work, but it looks like you could lay this down. It stays there. And then whatever these pivot points are here, hydraulics, whatever, the tank rolls over it, okay? And when it gets over, they pick it back up like that. I mean, in theory, how cool would that be? cool would that be? It would be very cool. So you've got a bridge laying mechanism. It would have to come off the sides of these. What could you use for that? Something that's gonna, let me get a pencil here. Let's do a little drawing. So we want, obviously it's got to look like it has some kind of pivot point here. Somewhere in the middle, right? And then arm comes up. You could have your pistons, you know, on there. There'd be another, you know, another rotating deal here, which, if this was long enough, that would give the idea that the piston can extend as far as this one goes. So you'd have to measure that. Let's see. So to get it out in front, we've got to worry about the width of this thing, which shouldn't have to be any wider, or I mean, yeah, wider than this part. Yeah, that's all it should have to be. And that's roughly, let's see, that's 3.5 inches. And to be honest with you, probably, okay, so bear with me here. So here's our tank, and it needs to be 3.5, like that, we think, and then it needs to be the width of this, so 3.25. And I apologize, I'm no engineer, I'm just making this crap up as I go. But this is what I like to do. This is the hobby to me. That, you know, it's not just, okay, bam, got my instructions, put my stuff together. I want to find ways to make it immersive for me. So when these dudes are moving, you know, and they come up on a trench and we couldn't put the trench rails on, it's like, no problem, man. You know, roll over that thing, comes right back up and around. So, and if this sat just, because he would, you know, the hatch has to be able to close, and I don't want to hide him. Hell, it could sit off the back here. Actually, it doesn't even have to do that. It could sit. See, I don't want to hide the las guns. I don't want it way up in the air like this. I want it kind of low profile. Don't really want to hide all the las guns. That's okay. As long as there's a couple, we'll know. It sits off the back here. Like that. So then if that's where that's at, and that goes to there, we just need to measure that. That's about, say, 2 inches. And then I gotta pull it to the edge of the table. You guys won't be able to see this, but so 2 inches, and if we pivot, that brings it up about right there. 2 inches. Can we clear that at a 2 inch deal the whole time? No, we can't. So it would have to be able to extend it could be on a rail. You know what I'm saying? There could be a rail up there that as this turns, this part up here, when it gets up here, it shoves it over, lays it down, and then goes. So we only need to cover. Yeah, 2.5 inches. So 2.5 there, 2.5. So that mark would be out here. All right. I think I understand this now. So, or actually, let's go like this: 2.5 inches. Yeah, and then this right here. Imagine you've got teeth right here. You know what I mean? And then this, this slides. There's a wheel or something like that. This slides forward and sets it down. You really wouldn't have to do that though. But that reminds me, if we do this, okay, it's going to have to be wider than the tank by a little bit more too, because we need the room for the mechanism, this part right here to actually clear. So that comes down like that. Oh man, yeah. This is why it's going to take me forever to get this Krieg Army done, because I'm thinking of all the high speed stuff that could happen here, and something like that would be perfect to, if you were in a convoy carrying, this guy's going by as well. He's coming behind here, and maybe it comes down and it detaches, he moves on, and then they just leave it there, and then he goes across, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, man. Let me see. And the Lehman Russes would make it too, even though they've got the trench rails, they would still make it. Oh gosh, what parts do I have? Or what parts could I copy? The only thing I'm thinking about right now is Tau stuff. I had some extra Tau arm things, but I don't know. We've got 6 Chimeras here for this group. We've got 6 Hellhounds. And I could do the same thing for all of the Steel Legion ones, and there's 1, 2, well, they only have 4 Chimeras. But I don't know if it's really worth it for them on that. I'm not even sure it's worth it to put these on there, because then it kind of, I don't know. They're more of a cavalry type unit anyway. Man, this has really got my head spinning now. What could I use to do that? I could use. All right, let's brainstorm here. We could use some real stuff. We could use some hex bolts. Or hex nuts, I mean, for this part and this part. We could, hey, wake up, Henry. My dog's having a dream. All right, so hex bolt there. We could use a couple of wooden dowels here. Hex bolt. Wooden dowels, or brass rod, and obviously green stuff to shape that and fill it in, possibly. I don't really want to do that, but you know what? Hold on a second. Let me grab this. We got a couple things we could do here. We could either use a copy of the Bane blade or old Lehman Russ treads with wheels. Or we use this Night Warden. Let's see if he's got anything remotely in here that could resemble what pieces we need. Let's see, like where his legs are. I'm thinking the knight's legs. That's what I'm thinking about here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. That's what I'm looking at. This right here. This piece right here is what I'm looking at. Something like that. Put that on there, man. That would. And that's probably exactly what we need. And it'll look good. It won't look, you know, jankety. There's some other little pieces in here we could probably do. That would be worth copying, I think. And you could do it and see, you even have the ball joint here where it looks like it's actually moving. Yeah, I could put one of those together, or put two of them together, I don't care. Actually, no, I'd put one. I'd use this one because it's straight up and down. Let me see here. And that's right about what we need. And it's got a bunch of pistons on it and stuff. So I put this one leg together, and then I just... Ooh. If I do the other leg, it's tilted back some. Wait, what? What the heck's going on here? That's tilted back. That's not? What? Maybe it's just the way it's on the sprue. I don't know, but that's what we need right there. We need the night legs. Yep, that's what we need. Well, we'll work on that here as soon as we get done with all this crap. Man, that's exciting. If that doesn't excite you guys, I don't know what to tell you. And then what I'll probably also do in the process is see if I can't get let's see here. Hell, man. I mean, I'm over here looking at this and I'm trying to think back to when I was in the military. You know, the stuff we used that we laid on the beaches and stuff. Hell, this Lego thing, you know, is damn good work. But it looks too Lego to me. So maybe what I could do is I can get this part of a Chimera. Well, hell, how about this? I'll just use this part. It's not on a tank yet. It's kind of thin though, and we want it to be a little thicker. It needs to be thicker. I guess it doesn't really matter. I don't know, man. This has got me rolling now. All right, let me write this down. All right, we need night legs. Night legs copied for support. We need Lehman Russ. Oh, or Land Raider. Bottom panel or bottom floor for bridge. Oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there, man. And I've got the parts. It's not a big deal, and we can just copy that. You know what I mean? I better write that down. Copy. That's gonna be awesome. Now again, we gotta make sure that the width of this thing is, what is that? 3 inches. So 3 inches. And that sticks off pretty far. If we tilt it, if we get the legs that tilt, that's not too bad. And that'll give this room. Hold on. Alright, what did I do with the box? Hold on. I'm gonna cut this thing out, and I'm gonna cut these legs out and toy with this, because this is exciting. All right. Okay, let's see here. So if that goes in there like that. That will clear. The only, yeah. Hey, we can call it magnetic, man. And when it rides across, you know, this thing comes back, you know, and picks it up. Let's see about this one here. Like it lays it down and then it picks it up on the way out. So it lays it down, it picks it up. This has more bend here. And that will give the knee clearance from hitting the ground, which is what I was worried about there. We got the cables here, but I think we can live with that. Cables will be there anyway, regardless of what side it's on. What I won't want to do is I won't want to drill a hole into this thing. I'll want to glue it on just to make sure, you know. I don't know. I'm looking at this now with the leg, and that looks really huge. I don't know. I'm going to put both of these on. This may not be the way to go. Come on. I don't want to have to glue you together. Oh, come on already. What is your deal? Yeah, so if we've got 2 of these on there, man, that sticks way the heck out. That's what a bridge layer does, though. I mean, that's super. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to rethink that one. I have another idea in my head of something that's underneath here, like that it's deployed, like it slides out, like you can just see, you know, what's underneath there, and like it would slide out this way, and then it would fold over, if that makes sense. And I think that might be the way to go. So let's draw that in, a plate that comes out like that, it rides underneath. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what we're gonna do. I got way too crazy with this, so that could sit out there, and I've got plenty of stuff. Old tank stuff, or even the sprue would work, where you show that that's just sticking out slightly. And then you have it where, you know, you've got one plate here, but then you have two, you know, folding. You know what I mean? I could do that. Yeah, we'll go with that. That one, it'll be simpler. Two, it won't be this giant eyesore up here. And I think that might be a little more believable. That it slides out, you know, basically what's going to happen is it's sitting underneath there. Hell, I could even put, you know, one of these on there or something. It's sitting under there like that. Yeah, that would actually, we're probably going to need this, because if the tank were to go down and you just had the flat part, well, then you're screwed. But, you know, it gets deployed out like that. You know, friggin' two panels that would come out, and maybe it sticks out about that far. You know what I mean? And you could, that way you can see the panels. Comes out like that, you know, like pushed out, bang bang. Then he drives over the whole thing. This doesn't have to be this big, of course. Drives over the whole thing. You know, mags get picked, you know, arms or whatever. I don't know. That's a more believable solution for crossing those trenches to me. When I look at this stuff, yeah, because the treads are pretty much the same. Let me see here. And they're just a tad bit longer than the Lehman Russ, so if they're having a problem, they're gonna have a problem. And that's where my mind's at with this whole thing. So yeah, I think that's a doable thing there. Let's see. Alright. Let's do some checking here. You could use some more glue for sure. But they're definitely glued in now. And I mean, that's, you know, that's part of this hobby, man. I mean, that's what this is all about. You know, the adventuring of, you know, ideas, and you know, you go from there. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to work the first time. I mean, it was a hell of an idea, and who knows, I might revisit it because I found some other piece that actually works that makes it a little bit thinner. It's just I knew the legs had all those working parts, pistons, etc. And you know, that would have been, it would have worked. I mean, if I can wrap my head around enjoying the look, which right now that I've thought about it, I can't. But if I could, it's a doable idea. I mean, most definitely. But I mean, we did have one victory tonight. We figured out how to mount these tank rails on these Lehman Russes where they're not overly stupid. And that to me is a victory. but I know they need more glue. We'll definitely go back and sand these down. But I'm so glad that that worked. Don't throw your sprues away. Man, that's really got me brainstorming, dude. Because you got all these other pieces, like, let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh man, these actually came with tank tracks or track protectors. I'm definitely gonna have to reproduce those, because then I don't have to cut them. I got real stuff I can just mount on all my things. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Here it is. This is what I was looking for. So we've got these, you know, these new bulldozer things, but you've got this piece here, you know, that's got a little bit of hydraulic stuff on it that could potentially work, you know, for what we're talking about. I mean, hell, it could be a literal, you know, one-shot deal where you're not even bothered about picking it up, you know. It deploys it and, you know, bang, bang, you know, whatever. And so you're just carrying a folded up thing, you know. I think that, yeah, okay, I'm down with that. I didn't even realize these were in here. That's so awesome. Yep, I'm definitely reproducing these. Definitely reproducing these. And they'll be most likely super easy to reproduce. Because, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to think how... I have a ton of tanks, ton of vehicles that these would be used for. I mean a ton. You figure I got 10 Lehman Russes in the Steel Legion, plus 4 Chimeras, plus the Basilisk, the Manticore that I made. I think that's it for that. And then we've got 3 Vanquishers, 9 Lehman Russes, Manticore, 6 Chimeras, 6 Devil Dogs for the Steel Legion. That's a lot of freaking armor. So this right here, I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna figure out how we do this, but I can do it. What the heck is this little missile for? I don't even know. I don't have the slightest clue. There's some other missiles they have too, but they're supposed to mount like right here or something. It's crazy. Sorry, I'm just brainstorming, thinking. I'm excited about that, you know, that whole thing there. I mean, hell, I could probably reproduce that thing if I really needed to, you know, just to have the what looks like the mechanical part. Or hell, well, now you got your heavy bolter, heavy flamer, whatever here, hatch here. Yeah, I would have to ride out here somewhere. And oh man, it could be like a stack deal. Hell, why is it even got to be like mechanically deployed? Why can't Krieg guys go out there and just flip it over and, you know, I mean, they're disposable, right? No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that to them. Yeah, there's so much on here. But these right here, this is perfect. I did not know they had these on here. So, and they look thick enough that I don't have to do a one-sided copy, which is good. And if they come out with any holes or anything like that, it's just battle damage. I mean, I could fill that up. And it wouldn't be a huge mold either, unless I just kept adding stuff. Like this thing, you know, with the pistons on it. This looks like some pistons. I'm not sure what that goes to. I'm not used to this sprue. I've never really seen this sprue before. I'm not even sure what it goes to be honest with you. I feel like it goes to a Chimera. Probably does. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. It's the only one. It's the only one here that I see anyway. Whatever. We got a plan now. So let me write that down. So foldable trench bridge. I'm still thinking it would have to be like super thick, but I mean, and then trying to fit it under there. I don't know. Research bridge layer. Let's see what's out there. Since I'm not ready to go to sleep right now anyway. Let's see. Bridge laying vehicle. Images. Let's see. Alright, so yeah, this is kind of what I was talking about or thinking about. But you see how big that is. That's not really something I want. But what this, for those of you that aren't aware, this does actually, you know, well, here you go, right here. It does actually extend. You know what I'm saying? But all of it, you can see this is not on the ground here. That's how it extends, but it's freaking massive. Trying to think. I mean, that wouldn't be hard to make. It's just, it's a stinking eyesore. Yeah, like see that right there? You'd have to have a pretty big, you know, vehicle. Well, I mean, you know, something that you didn't mind. Now this looks interesting. Still relatively big, and that's on a regular tank chassis. It's a small one. That's like trench layer. I mean, I don't know why you do that for that tank. It's gonna go right through. But it's probably just a demonstration. Yeah, we got the pontoon ones. I remember those. Oh, here we go. So yeah, Humvee, bridge laying Humvee, used on a trench. That's Humvees are not light for sure. That's a possibility. Let me see if I can save this. course, it's sticking way out, you know, but I mean, the whole two, you know, not one solid panel type thing makes it easier to digest for sure, but you know, like this one right here, but I'm still not really sold on that on a troop carrier. Let's type that in. Let's see. I remember being that guy. Man, that guy. Seems like a lifetime ago. Man, that's the only picture, huh? I've honestly never seen one of those in real life, to be honest with you. That's why, because this looks like a stolen vehicle, possibly, and then as it says here, yeah, well, it is ISIS bridge laying Humvee used on a trench, allowed follow-up vehicles including many up-armored VBID, you know, VBIDs to cross, or vehicle-borne IEDs. Yeah, it definitely works. But man, that would stick way the heck out. I mean, I guess if you had it in a folding type atmosphere or deal. Let's see here. If we had a folding type deal. I know what I want it to look like. I mean, I get this. I'm just trying to figure out how I would go about making that happen. I mean, you know, it wouldn't be hard to build it all right here. Like I said, I mean, you know, even having this here. Let's see if somebody else did it. Excuse me. 40K bridge layer. Somebody did. How about that? There's the Chimera thing. This all looks 3D printed. I'm loving this, man. These concrete blocks, they look amazing for the weight that you need. Oh, these guys use a Land Raider. I could see that. It's almost perfect for, you know, flat and all that. What do we got here? They're towing something, bridge. like that. That would be kind of Krieg-esque. The Trojan. That's like a vehicle recovery vehicle, I think. Not a bridge layer. I don't think. Could be. I don't know. This is what happens to me, man. When it's late at night, man, like super tired, that's when like I get super creative. And then you just don't want to go to bed and you get more and more tired and it's just, the cycle never ends. What do we got here? See, here's what I'm talking about, multiple layers. Ooh, look at that old rhino. That's interesting. I got a couple of those laying around. I mean, I guess in a way, you know, this is kind of what I would be looking for. But, yeah, man, you know, if all of my chimeras for the Death Korps look like that, that would just be, I would not like that at all. Not at all. And I know they don't all have to be, you know, the one guy drops the bridge and everybody goes across, but I don't want to commit one of these to that. This looks like Land Raider body, but oh no, that's Chimera, and it's on the back, and then it goes up. Let me save that. That could work. Oh crap, you guys aren't even seeing what I'm looking at. I'm sorry. I was looking at this right here. I think something like this working. That's a Chimera body, apparently, supposedly. Well, I guess not. I don't know. This is in the back for some reason. I mean, this is in the back, but this is not the back. I don't know. Maybe the solution is a 3D printed something. There we go. We can lay that across. Krieger already prepped, right? Just kidding. Ooh, what's this? Something flat. I think we're out of ideas on this stuff because I don't know how many people. Doesn't look like many people made one or that they care. And I mean, it's not like I'm probably going to actually deploy it, but it'd be cool if you could make that part of the campaign, you know, or whatever. But man, is that is badass. I'm definitely saving that. Oh, you know what I just thought about? I told you guys that I was going to take... Where did I put it? I've got this right here. I have this. What is this? This is that. There is your bridge layer, and I already have it. And if I don't like this, I can make a mold of this and make a new one. Oh my gosh, man. Holy smokes. Yeah, buddy. Gosh. That's awesome. Let me see this picture. Get this picture. And I know some of these parts. If not, actually that looks, why does that look like rope? It does look like rope. I know it's probably supposed to be cable, but let me see. This guy's got a website on this. Man, does that look good. Oh, it's so good. Dinosaurs and robots. That's a Space Marine Land Raider. That's what this person said. You're an idiot. Dude, that's not even remotely a Land Raider. That is literally a Lehman Russ. Oh my gosh. Whatever, dude. I think if I can't make this, I could get somebody to 3D print that. But I just don't know if I have the space for it. What the heck is this crap? I'm trying to find. I don't know, but we definitely have another option now. And I wouldn't mind putting it on this. Oh yeah. Yep. Man, have we really gone down the rabbit hole tonight? Jeez. It's crazy. I knew you had a purpose. I knew you had a purpose. I knew you had a purpose. And that is your purpose. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so awesome. Of course, many of you guys are probably going, dude, what the heck do you even need that for when you've got all these tanks with tank rails? You got a Titan that can step over the trench, no problem, blah, blah. You're right. I even have a Warlord Titan. I mean, not a Forge World one. It's a Titan Manufactorum one, but, you know, and you guys will see that eventually. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be super awesome. Man, I'm like, my brain is just like freaking going 100 miles an hour right now. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Man, oh man. I don't even know what to say right now. Just freaking brain is going crazy right now. I don't even need to have side sponsons and stuff. Hell, now I've got something I could actually do that with. This is almost as wide as the Chimera, except for the panels on the sides. Oh my gosh, that's such a great idea. And if I really wanted to, I can make copies of this thing and I can have multiple. Oh my gosh, man, I knew the Krieg was my favorite army. I knew it. Now, of course, the Gorgon won't need that, and that carries 50 troops. But I don't know how often I'll be using that thing. I just want it. I want 2 of them just for the hell of it. Well, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow anyway before deadline for school and things. But thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully you had a good time. I know it's a long time, 2-hour stream. I just get a little carried away. And it's I enjoy this hobby. I mean, I really enjoy this hobby, and it seems like I'm getting more and more back into it, you know, as we go along. So, all that said, thank you guys so much. Again, Patreon, if you're interested in helping me out, you know, $1, $5, whatever. Discord server and Twitter, and we'll see you next time.